Our stories should be transformative, and they should sort of prompt people to make the change. If your content isn't prompting people to make the change or to do something that will be enriching their lives and the lives of other people, we need to go back to the drawing board and start from scratch.
Business is personal, right, my friends? And what you do is there to help people.
People make us who we are. Of course, at the end of the day, if you also have to put in the work, but if you have no audience to actually applaud you or actually encourage you and motivate you, then it's actually quite difficult to keep going on that journey. Appreciate people, thank your audience, focus on nurturing your audience and creating lasting relationships. Those should be things of value, and when you focus on things like that, people naturally will gravitate to you.
I think people for some time have been saying, okay, if you are in a certain platform, this is the only that, okay, it's only maybe professional that you need to share. Okay, that is good that you need to share professional story. We're not telling you to share the story of how you and your lover are having fun now, but share story that help people to understand that you are a human being. Let them know, let them see the humanity in you.
Tell the people of your dreams to transform people's lives, your plan, your model. If you do it and you help people, let people know. Otherwise, they'll never know, and they'll never engage with you otherwise. Because everyone here has their own unique way. Let's share those stories with the world.
Share your story.
Share those stories with the world.
Share your story. If we're talking of consistency, we have a lot of people that are actually having that as their color. And one of such people is Mr. Abraham. Abraham, the mic is yours, my brother. Please go ahead with with what you want to share with us.
Thank you, Obehi. Thank you, everyone. Why I wanted to talk was Obehi, you made mention about stories being transformative, and you talked about a time you celebrated hitting a particular milestone on LinkedIn, and then you made a particular point that I'm going to reference now because it's what I observed as well, and I didn't wait for it to happen again and immediately started to make the change. And this is what I have started doing, because I observed a lot of people only thank their audience or people who engage on their posts when they hit a particular milestone. Maybe they've gotten a particular project, they've gotten a particular gig, they've gotten something to celebrate about, so more or less celebratory things. But forget that we share our lives on LinkedIn on a daily basis, and people are the reasons. People make us who we are. Of course, at the end of the day, if you also have to put in the work, but if you have no audience to actually applaud you or actually encourage you and motivate you, then it's actually quite difficult to keep going on that journey. So when I realized that, I was like, you know what? Why don't I start to appreciate people who engage on my posts, make very insightful comments in the carousel? And today I think is the 4th week that I've been doing that. For the past 4 weeks. So what I do is I go through all my posts and I pick out certain comments that actually stood out for me, were transformative, were encouraging, were witty, funny, and I just put them in a carousel. And I appreciate every single one of them for taking the time to engage. What I was trying to guard against was not waiting for me to have something to celebrate before I thank my audience. And I'm trying to let them begin to see that the narratives we're having, on the LinkedIn platform should not always be when we have achieved a certain milestone. Appreciate people, thank your audience, focus on nurturing your audience and creating lasting relationships. Those should be things of value, and when you focus on things like that, people naturally will gravitate to you. So I had done this for like, this is the 4th week now, and I saw a comment today. Someone tagged me, and I didn't even know it had such a huge impact on her, but she said she'd been following me for like 3 weeks now and noticed every single Monday I'll take the time out to create a carousel to thank my audience and to encourage them, with a carousel to show people who have been making comments. And she decided to not wait until she hit a milestone to thank people who have been supporting, encouraging, and engaging on her content. So our stories should be transformative, and they should sort of prompt people to make the change. If your content isn't prompting people to make the change or to do something that will be enriching their lives and the lives of other people, we need to go back to the drawing board and start from scratch. That was what I wanted to add. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. And that is not even small, Mr. Abraham. That is not small at all. That is a lot of value there. And thank you so much for sharing that. I think, I don't know, it was yesterday or this morning, I saw a post by Annie. Annie was talking about that you shouldn't sort of limit yourself to this is the only story that you can share on LinkedIn. That why not share your story, show what is going on in your life. I think people for some time have been saying, okay, if you are in a certain platform, this is the only that, okay, so maybe professional that you need to share. Okay, that is good that you need to share professional story. We're not telling you to share the story of how you and your lover are having fun now, but share story that help people understand that you are a human being. Let them know, let them see the humanity in you. So I really find that to be very interesting that you share, Eddie. That is very powerful. I don't know if you want to say something more about that before I pass it to the next person. Eddie, I'm talking to you.
Eva, thank you. I always wonder who looks at my posts, because I do my posts more for my fun than anything else. And maybe there's a lesson for everyone as well, my friends. Just do what you do. I say, I got people they're very fussy. Oh, don't share that on LinkedIn. It's only for Instagram and Facebook. I'm like, what the hell? Why? No, because it's personal. I'm saying, yeah, but it's business. Business is personal, right, my friends? And what you do is there to help people. As everyone said so far, if you do it and you help people, let people know. Otherwise, they'll never know, and they'll never engage with you otherwise. Never be shy to tell your story, whatever your story is. And I know Hannah mentioned that you might be starting early. Of course, we'll start somewhere, right? But tell the story of the people whose lives you transformed. Tell the people of your dreams to transform people's lives, your plan, your model. I also talk about your unique brand solution, because everyone here has their own unique way. Let's share those stories with the world. I love Isa's point. I'll come back to it in good time. Never sell a solution without telling a story. That's genius, Isa. Never tell a story without selling a solution. I tell you, it's the doctor's way of selling, my friends. It always works. That's why we take our prescription, right?
Thank you so much, Eddie. You're powerful. I love that. Of course, I will come to Tanya, but later, how this can be applied in a B2B situation. But Tanya, wait, I'm coming here. I think the person that was supposed to speak is Anjo. Anjo, can you hear me? Please be very brief.
Yeah, I'll be very brief. What brought me back here was something which Annie mentioned, and I have a question for Obehi. Should any be selling an equivalent product which I sell, the best, every feature matches, every benefit is equivalent? Whose product would you buy, Obehi? Even before you answer that, the answer would be any. The reason is people buy when two things are similar for just two reasons. The trust reposed on the individual doing the sales and marketing, or an absolutely newbie like Gentleman Cyrus, who is something one would like to peek into. So since I teach sales and marketing, I would like to end here. That is my reason for being here the second time. Thank you very much. Over to you, Obehi.
I appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you. That is a valuable input there. It's highly valuable. Thank you. But before I pass to another person, Anna, that is actually a curiosity I was having. And somebody is thinking the power of transformative narrative in a business storytelling. If you are a B2B business, how would you approach that as a solution?
It is applicable in business to business, even more so, because when you are selling business to business, you are selling a lot more complex solutions. If you are selling software, let's say, for example, you're trying to sell software to a bank, they already have the software. Maybe they have a legacy software that they've been using, but perhaps yours is a lot better. Maybe yours, let's say, I'm going to go with an example. Maybe you offer API so that they can have more digital wallets. This bank does not have a digital wallet. Now they want to go after a younger demographic. The younger demographic obviously want everything at their disposal. They want to have an app. Maybe they don't have that. So who are you speaking to? You're speaking to another human, but everybody's pitching them. I run a business, and I can tell you for free how many pitches I get in my email. And I remember there was one day I got a pitch that got me to open the email, but the email was really bland. It was really bland. It was copy and paste. And I literally replied to this person. I'm like, you know what? And this was during the AFCON. I'm like, this email would have hit so differently if I had been sharing about AFCON on all my social media, because I'm a huge soccer person, especially when it comes to tournaments. I'm like, if you had just gone through the slight 5 minutes to even check out my social media to grasp all those things and demonstrate through a picture of how you could help me, I would have taken a meeting with you and actually replied to that email. I say this to say this particular thing. If I'm working for a bank, I'm not only making the decision myself, because the thing is, nobody has ever gotten fired for hiring IMD. Nobody has ever gotten fired for hiring AWS or spending money on AWS. These are the safest bets. So when you're working, you're trying to sign a business where money is not the problem, because when you're selling B2B, especially when you are in the mid-market or corporate level, enterprise level, money is never the problem. The objection is really, if anybody here that's B2B sales, the objection here is really money. Money is never the issue. The money is there. The money is, they can get a credit. Even if it's $1 million, you have $1 million. I know softwares that sell for $1 million. They will give it to you. The issue is for them to not only trust you, but to understand how you make a difference in comparison to them doing nothing. Because that's the thing, that's your competition. One of your competition is them doing absolutely nothing. Because if I don't make a decision, I don't make a mistake, and I don't get fired. The other decision is going with the person that everybody goes with. I can say that, hey, this is who we've always used. Or going with the one that I've been consuming content from the minute I've discovered that I have a problem, and I've been consuming content from, so that by the time we know we need to fix this, they are already on the list. Because the reality when you're doing B2B sales, if you are not on that list when they're getting into buying mode, my friend, forget it. If you can you can send 100,000 cold emails, cold DMs, it is not possible. Because those ones have done the job of educating.